I'm Bill, I'm with Cali Moto TV. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to the garage, where today we have a much anticipated video with the upcoming release of an all-new Ducati motorcycle. I thought what better way to talk about it than to bring out our two personal Ducati motorcycles out of the garage because, well, this is the exact motorcycle we're going to be talking about. Now, if you guys are new to the channel, this is my beloved Ducati Streetfighter. It's a 2020, the very first year that came out. And well, if you guys haven't seen, we've put about $20,000 worth of work into this motorcycle. So I encourage you guys to go back and look at some of the build videos on this because we've done quite a few little things to this. Now, this is my beloved girlfriend's Panigale V2 that she picked up just a year ago. And well, what do you guys think about a Streetfighter V2? So listen, Ducati's been making a lot of strides and a lot of changes in the last few years, and I have to give them huge props. I never thought that I would have this many Italian motorcycles in my garage 10 years ago. And here they are, just absolutely killing it. So here we are at the end of the year, and Ducati in great fashion are premiering a bunch of motorcycles. Today, the Pikes Peak got revealed in the new Multistrada with the single-sided swing arm. Super excited to see that. But the next video that's dropping on November 11th is, well, the all-new 2022 Ducati Streetfighter V2. And well, I've got some inside information for you guys, and I thought I would share it for you guys to give you a little taste just before the release in 2 weeks. Now, again, I'm not unfamiliar with the Streetfighter. I love my Streetfighter V4S, and Bogna absolutely loves the Panigale V2. But today we're going to talk about the marriage of these two things and what we know. So I've got a little bit of inside source over in Italy. A viewer actually has texted me and told me he has personally seen the Ducati Streetfighter V2 in person and has given me a little bit of more insight. Now, I will tell you guys also today, this picture has shown up on the internet, and this is a spy photo of the all-new Ducati Streetfighter V2. Now, we're going to be using this picture as reference to talk about the differences of what we're going to see between the V4 Streetfighter and the V2 Streetfighter. But first, what we already know is, and it's been confirmed, the new Streetfighter V2 will come originally in the red color. The Ducati Red is going to be the very first one. I would not be surprised to see the new next year model, or maybe even mid-year, or maybe even they'll release both colors. But I'm assuming that next year that they'll release the Rosa White in addition because it just makes sense. All right, one of the big unanswered questions we have is the Ducati Streetfighter V2 going to have wings? Now, in the diagram here, you're gonna see that there are a couple little spots that there could potentially be wings. Now, my personal opinion is that the V2 doesn't have wings and the V4s have wings, so I'm assuming that they're not going to put wings on the new Streetfighter V2. But you can see a clear marking right here where they do have a basically a mounting point that looks like at least one or possibly two sets of wings can mount. So we're really not sure about the wings, so we'll have to see that in a couple weeks. But I'm not sure that the wings are going to be there. Now, the Streetfighter has got a few characteristics that basically are going to be carrying over to the V2. The V4's nose looks pretty much the same. I'm assuming that the lights are going to be a little bit different, but it looks like the nose and the front end with the front fender look identical to the Streetfighter V4S. If you guys look up, you guys will also see the gauge cluster is a bit different. And again, I would assume that the Panigale V2 gauge cluster is going to be going into the Streetfighter V2 just to kind of have that level playing ground. Handlebars look to be pretty close to being the same. They do look like they are laid back a little bit further on the V2 than the V4. But the brake systems look like the brake system is going to be the same brake system off of the Panigale V2. And you also look down, the cast wheels are from the Panigale V2. So I'm assuming you will have the 5-inch rear wheel with a 180/60 or 180/55 rear tire. And as you guys know, the Panigale V2 has been upgraded to the forged wheels, which have the 5.5-inch rear wheel. We're running a 190/55 on the back of the Panigale. On the Streetfighter, we are running a 200/55. So I'm assuming that the wheels are going to be the same off of the V2. The exhaust looks to be the exact same, which is going to be, hopefully, because the aero exhaust is pretty much going to look amazing under the belly of this Streetfighter. So the exhaust looks like to be the same. And well, if you guys look back to the single-sided swing arm, it looks to be the same as the Panigale V2 swing arm. Now, one of the things we don't know is, did Ducati extend the swing arm out for the V2 like they did the V4? If you guys don't know, the V4 has just a little bit longer swing arm than the Panigale V4. So we're not sure if the Streetfighter V2 is going to have a longer swing arm, but they did that because of the power to keep the wheel down. I'm assuming it's going to be an exact replacement. Looks like they're still going to be running the Brembo brakes straight off of the V2. The master was a little bit hard to see in the pictures, and we couldn't get confirmation of what master is going to be on there, but I'm assuming that the master that's going on there is going to be the same one off of the V2. Suspension, well, we do know that it has the front kind of same colored suspension off the Panigale V2. It has been confirmed by my Italian source that it is a Showa suspension up front, but what we haven't been able to find out is what is the rear suspension. Did they go with the same rear suspension on the Streetfighter, on the Panigale V2? Will they have the same kind of that single-sided shock assembly? No one has been able to confirm with me. No one's actually seen that side of the bike. Everyone's only seen this side of the bike. So that will be a little surprise for you guys on November 11th. Let's talk about some things like pricing and what I think the pricing is going to fall in at, and power and accessory wise. Power, it looks like we're going to probably have the same. I would assume that they're going to give us the same 155 horsepower, 76 foot-pounds of torque. I'm assuming the weight's going to be just a little bit lighter than this, coming in at about 375 to 380 pounds dry is what my expectations are for the Streetfighter V2. Price point, I think that we're going to probably see the price at around $16,000, which is just about $1,500 or about $1,200 cheaper than the Panigale V2, which kind of makes sense. Going a little bit lower in price point, now it makes a little bit better sense for Ducati to release a Streetfighter V2S with maybe Öhlins suspension on it. If it just had the Öhlins suspension and that was it, I think we would probably be looking at about another $15,000 to $2,000 upgrade price. So you'd be looking at $17,500 to $18,000 for the potential of a V2S. And I believe that that would come next year in the Rosa White. Accessory wise, basically the bike looks identical. The tail looks exactly the same, so I think you're going to be able to get the tidy tail on there. The wheels, of course, you're going to be able to do carbon fiber wheels if you'd like, or Marchesini wheels. Exhaust, I believe, again, I think it's going to be a direct bolt-on, so you'll be able to do the aero exhaust. And the radiator guards, the radiators are real clear that this is the Panigale V2. So it looks like radiator guards are going to be available, and then who else knows? You know, I mean, levers probably are going to be the same. Gas caps probably going to be the same. Rear sets, we'll probably have to figure out that. But outside of that, I think that this is going to be an amazing bike. I hope this shares a little bit of teaser insight on it. We know it's coming. We know it's coming in 2 weeks. And we also know by some inside sources that they are actually going to be releasing 2022 Ducati Streetfighter V2 SP. That right, they are doing an SP version. It is going to have the dry clutch, the carbon fiber wheels. It's going to have some upgraded brakes on it. And what else did my inside source tell me? It's going to be nearly $30,000. So quite a hike in price. But performance-wise, it looks like there is going to be no difference in performance between the V4S and the V4 SP. It's going to be more of a cosmetic thing. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Stay tuned because we are taking delivery in the next few days of our brand new bike. So stay tuned for that. And well, stay tuned because we might have the all-new Streetfighter V2 in our garage sooner than you guys think. So make sure you guys do the normal. Hit the subscribe button, smash the like button, and then ring the bell notification. The bell notification is going to give you future notification of, well, we've got some work doing on the Streetfighter V4. We've still got some work to do on the Panigale V2. Up in the back lift, we have an S1000 single R. And well, like I said, we're taking delivery of an all new bike in just a couple days. So stay tuned for that. But thank you guys again. And I hope you enjoyed the video. We'll see you guys next time.